Before we get into the Kenya Moore intro, I started to record my review for the latest episode. Then I also discussed Russ standing up, that whole situation, and I decided to just do everything in one video. But while doing this video, I remembered that, remember last week you said you were going to do a separate video, just focus on him and what he did and reading social media reaction. How about you do that? So in the midst of doing this video, I stopped it, went ahead and completed that video and also added new content from this video to that video. So just in case in some places it looks like, okay, you are being repetitive because you just said this in the last video, it's because I was already recording this one when I remembered I already had another one previously recorded and all I had to do was to add to it. It's just that deleting those segments from this video will mess up the flow of the video because I was already having a conversation before I stopped, okay? There are some parts that I completely removed because I said everything in that last video. But just in case you're hearing little bits and pieces from the last video in here, that's the reason why. But I do have new content, so let's get into the intro and get into my commentary about the latest episode.
She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Fina loves? This is Fina D coming to you all from Fina Team News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
Sanya, run as fast as you did while running the 400 meter off this show. What is wrong with you? Sanya probably was praying her husband popped up in their business again. When I tell you, this whole scene gave me secondhand embarrassment. Kenya don't snatch her soul, honey, and left her on blank. This is how you know you are the moment, when people are rooting for your failure. Sanya, we were all rooting for you. You disappointed us. Why she done let Kenya, this person meant, eat her up like this? Bleep Sanya. Secondhand embarrassment to the third degree. Sanya really tried it, asking Kenya what's up, then needing to think about it. Ma'am, Sanya, we were all rooting for you. Sanya couldn't even think of a reason why she have an issue. Kenya had her speechless for a second. See? Laughing my bleep off. That was up, Kenya. Girl, you deserve that read that's coming. Cause baby, who you talking to? Especially when you act like you didn't have a tongue last night. Had to get some courage, huh? Yeah, funny. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where the bleep the audacity with a side of courage was purchased from. Like, cause Cat had your bleep tongue last night, stink. I mean, you were quiet. So again, where was the audacity with a side of courage purchase, stink? Laughing my bleep off had to be from Sheree, cause girl. Absolutely, Sheree did. Watch Sheree set up Sanya for a confrontation with Kenya and then sit back looking left and right like a spectator at a tennis match while they go at it. Ha ha ha, yep, she set her all the way up to come for me. We all know how this will end, Kenya Moore responded. Kenya leaving Sanya gat, then saying, I'll wait. Then she's going to ask the girl, after reading her, did you get me a B-Day cake? Shady and unserious. Facts. I love Kenya so much. I love her wittiness. Ross knew his wife was about to get effortlessly cleared by Kenya, so he stepped in. And that's the reason why the next day she probably told him, baby, I got this. Trust me, I'm going to shut her down. So he was like, okay. She was like, just go ahead and leave. I have to prove to them. I already said this, but I'm going to say it again. I have to prove to them and Bravo the reason why I was given the peach. Okay, it can't be my mama jumping in it, now my husband jumping in it. I got this. And she fell flat. flopped it. Sanya flopped arguing with Kenya. Let's just call it for what it is. She wasn't ready, Jesus. Jesus, like, just keep me out of this. Keep me out of this. When you step up to Kenya, you better come correct. I mean, everyone knows this. What was she thinking? Go ahead and read the top tweet. That person, everything you wrote, but the tweet below, child got ate up on her own land. I'm sure she won't try it again with Kenya, laughing my bleep of, okay, I'm done. Yeah, and I got ate up in her own place. But she will absolutely try Kenya again. They always do. She absolutely will. She's not going to forgive Kenya for that moment, and she will make an attempt to redeem herself. And Kenya might let her have a little moment before she completely just end her, but she's going to keep trying. It's Marlo trying to process abstract tuts. Sanya confirming that Kenya was only late on day 2. Sheree on cleanup crew at the end. Candy chuckling and Sanya tuts residing in Neverland for me. You in Neverland. Synopsis on point. I do have more social media reactions to read, but those will be placed in some parts of the video. But now that we got a few out of the way, this is how my commentary actually started. I just wanted to read some comments before just getting right into it. So just in case some points sounds repetitive, hang in there with me, forgive me. But let's get into how my commentary started. Once again, Kenya Moore vindicated. What have I been saying? Sanya doesn't have an issue with Kenya, but she got the memo. Go after Kenya and keep your peach. Sanya, I know you are a longtime fan. However, the come for Kenya to secure a moment and favor from the fans, familiar for newbies, doesn't work anymore. Apparently, Bravo still thinks it does work, and that's the reason why the producers are working overtime to do these flashbacks to make Kenya look bad when everybody at Sanya party talked about her food. Even her own friend Sheree. Sheree dissed the party, talked about the food. Drew dissed the party. I know the focus was on Kenya and Sanya and not the other ladies, but if you're going to get mad at Kenya, get mad at Sheree, because Sheree also said some slick-ish at your party. But as I stated in my review I did last week, for those of you who listened, Sanya won a moment from Kenya because she's aware Kenya is the moment and she got the memo. And that's the reason why, if you notice, she had to catch herself and remind herself, wait a minute, Sheree is in it too. If you're just gunning for Kenya, okay, it's going to look like, okay, girl, Sheree is in it too. So why, your energy is towards Kenya? Where is, the smoke for Sheree? But like I said, she was so disappointed that Sheree was involved because at that point, she couldn't blame her dinner not going the way that she wanted it to go on Kenya. The same way how she did not make a big deal because miserable Marlo was involved in the first dinner meltdown. If it was Kenya, it would have been, this is the reason why I cannot be cool or friends with Kenya, because Kenya ruined and messed up everything. She was looking for a way to blame Kenya. Like I said about other people on this show. It's okay to just keep it real and stand on it. And that's why I mess with Kenya more. She's going to tell you exactly to your face how she feels and stand on it. And she even tweeted about it. But yet you're still rocking with Sheree. So you have an issue with Kenya. You want an issue with Kenya. And that's the reason why you invited Sheree the next day, even sent her a card, and did not invite Kenya because you want an issue with Kenya. And after doing all of that for Sheree, she still showed up late and said that, oh, the driver got lost. But if that was Kenya, you would have said, here she goes again, making excuses. Sheree showed up when the entire shoot and the entire thing was over and it was crickets. No problem. If that was Kenya, you would have made a big deal and instantly called her a liar. Instantly. But with Sheree, oh girl, it's okay. I'm done. Let's go ahead and go for a walk and talk about Kenya. And then here's Sheree during that walk pretending like she wasn't the one who brought the issue back to Kenya at the table. Even though Sanya was right there, she saw the whole thing. You know, agreeing with Sanya, then saying things like Kenya would keep poking at you and all of these different things. But I'm not shocked or surprised when it comes to Sheree. She goes wherever the wind blows. That's exactly what Sanya does. But she's a hypocrite. Had the nerve to say that's what Sheree does. The both of you do the same thing. Removing this part, because like I said at the beginning of the video, as you can see on the screen, he's standing up in this thumbnail. That means I was talking about everything I said in the video. I've already referenced a few times. So for those of you who have seen that video, good, let's move on. For those of you who missed it, please click the very first link in the description below to watch the separate video I did talking about everything Sanya's husband did. I also read social media reactions and all of that in that video. So I'm going to move on to something different that happened in the episode. And of course, yes, I saw the speak on it of Candy defending him. That's a separate video. We'll talk about it. I have a whole long video to do on that. We'll talk about it. Like I said in the last video, from your mom jumping in, now is your husband. No one's saying your family shouldn't defend you, but if you can't handle it, don't be here. What's up, Kenya? Did all of that just to get dragged. Like, girl, why are you here? Snatch her peach. But you already know Bravo's not going to do that because she's coming after Kenya. Hot mess. I also removed this part as well because I included this part in the last video I did about Ross doing what he did to Kenya and Sheree by standing up. As you can see, I made a reference of similar situations happening in her life and Kenya being there for her and defending her. However, she couldn't defend Kenya. We're not surprised. Sheree is not anybody's friend, so no surprise there. I also referenced the situation that happened in Miami. So all of those things are already in that video, so there's no need to talk about it here. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this entire part and move on to something else. I'm going to jump around because I want to get to the end of this. We already saw the scene of Sheree and Kenya on the rafter. I talked about that. Sheree not agreeing that Sanya's husband was aggressive, the whole bird poop situation, and Candy did not care. She kept eating, don't mess with her food. Candy, of course, working things out with Milo, miserable Milo, over some chicken. My gosh, that's all it took. I guarantee you chicken wouldn't have fixed anything with the one who got fired for being a liar. Anyways, miserable Milo trying to host and Candy and Kenya paying her dust and basically going into their VIP area. Monyetta not having Candy's back and she was complaining about that on Speak on It. I'm like, karma. That's a separate video. So all of those little side situations, Milo once again projecting. Kenya is just upset because John left on the first night. Why is she acting like Kenya brought John with her as her date and then John left her? John was a random guy that Sanya, your friend, met and turned a golf cart around and wanted Kenya to get his number. This is not a guy that Kenya came with, so stop projecting. Just of course, Candy shutting Milo down and the whole, I'm not Michelle Obama, you want to go low, I will go lower. And basically putting her in her place and standing her ground that you are being a hypocrite. I called you out and that's all that matters. So love that. She shut her down. Everyone agreeing that Ross did nothing wrong. But the moment Todd Tucker said, leave my name the bleep out of your conversation, if you don't want me to respond now, is I don't have a man. And why are you cursing at me? Todd did not curse you out. He said, leave my bleeping name or leave my name out of the bleeping conversation. She blew that up and made this big deal. Right after Candy made her point for the reason why she stepped in for Ralph, because she knew had Ralph gone back and forth with Milo, he would have been placed in the Peter Thomas 2.0 category, and you don't come at women and all of these different things. And she knew that he couldn't defend himself, so that's why she stepped in to call Milo out and shut Milo down. And this whole time, Kenya is on her side smirking. Because at this point, she doesn't even have to say anything. She doesn't even have to point out the hypocrisy. She's smiling like, y'all doing it for me. And Todd didn't even get up. He didn't get up. He didn't raise his voice. he wasn't intimidating. And the same Milo who thought what Ross did the night before was appropriate and acceptable, she starts screaming and doing the most. Bunch of hypocrites. And then Sanya just sat there quiet. You saw her face because it was like, okay, she knew my husband did worse last night and I thought he was in the right. She couldn't even back Milo up at that point. They are all a bunch of hypocrites. Sanya allowed Sheree and Milo to put a battery in her back. She also told her husband, baby, I got this. I got you. I'm about to shut her down, but I need you to leave the table. I'm the one with the peach, but yet you've defended me. My mother have defended me, and now it's looking like I can't defend myself, and I have to prove to Bravo and these girls why I was given a peach in the first place. And of course, we already know that she fell completely flat, and Kenya didn't even have to try hard at all. Like I said, when you don't have an issue with someone and you're looking for one, that's what ended up happening. She couldn't even list the issues that she had with Kenya, okay? That's because she's looking for one and looking for a moment. So I'm going to get into these tweets. Sanya saying, what's up, Kenya? Sanya, you don't want it from her, I promise. That's the truth. Typical Kenya. Sanya, you've known Kenya for 2 minutes. Who have you been talking to about Kenya to make a statement like that? Sanya, when Kenya asked for example of how she's been disrespectful. Exactly, she froze. Okay, Sanya gonna holler, what's up, Kenya? What's up? You know, Kenya is from Detroit. What up, though? That's what they say out there. With her whole chest, and proceeded to fall flat afterwards. One, she says, Kenya keep dogging her to look at her phone. Gag is, Kenya didn't even have her phone. Couldn't even name anything Kenya did wrong. Even after 2 minutes, of a Todd break. Exactly. Kenya responded, she really thought I was scared. I blame Sheree. Yep, Sheree and Milo put the battery in Sanya back. She went over there. She told her husband, baby, I'm going to need you to leave. Like I said previously, I got this. I got to prove myself. And then she fell flat. Like I said seasons ago about another person that Kenya allowed back in her life. And that person just couldn't admit, I don't like you, girl. And it's okay. Sometimes we just don't get along with people and it's fine. I'm not here for you. Or being mad at you is good for my storyline. Just keep it real. That person started reaching to find an issue just to prove, okay, this is what you did and this is the reason why. Sanya could have just been like, you know what? I'm still bothered by the conversation that happened yesterday, and I think we should talk about it. I would have respected that more, but to try to start and find an issue with this woman who's laughing on the side, smirking, doesn't even have her phone, isn't paying you no mind, to try to create something just to justify the reason why you are coming at her, that was a dumb move. Something happened that led your husband to stand up. You had the perfect situation to say, you know what happened last night was unfortunate. My husband stood up. He shouldn't have stood up, especially towards women. I apologize for that. And Kenya, I apologize to you for coming at you for being late and then to not keep my word. However, she couldn't do any of that because she wants to have an issue with Kenya, and apologizing to Kenya and being reasonable resolved the issue and drama that she wants to have with Kenya. So she had to find a way to continue in that drama, and she fell flat. I already talked about this, but common example, inviting Sheree and not inviting Kenya. Exactly. Like I said in my last review, she was upset that Sheree was even involved because now I have to also acknowledge Sheree, because ignoring that Sheree is involved in this mess shows my card in my hand that I'm gunning for Kenya. But her only inviting Sheree and then assuming the reason why Kenya wanted to be there compared to why Sheree wanted to be there, girl, you've shown your cards and people are calling you out. This whole situation with Sanya talking about Kenya, what's up, Kenya, and making up lies to have an issue with Kenya was the perfect don't come for me unless I send for you. She was over there minding her business. You went after her, and now look at what happened to you. And of course, there are more comments of people calling Sanya out and dragging her all over social media. They're also calling out her hypocrisy for inviting Sheree and not inviting Kenya. And also other comments on the screen that you can put me on pause and read for yourself, because if I keep reading, we'll be here for over 30 minutes. The way how Sanya made a mockery of Kenya Moore divorce, people did not like that as well. And of course, Kenya Moore was trending. She's always trending every Sunday. Because there are a few more comments to read, I'm going to just leave it on the screen as I talk about something very unrelated to the comments and tweets you are currently seeing on the screen. But when Mala touched Sheree was screaming for her to win because Sheree was uplifting her, and she made this whole speech. And Sheree was like, girl, it's because I bet on you. I wanted you to win because I made a bet on you. I was like, well, at least she was honest, okay? I'm wishing all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.